The disappearance of the famous Aviator. She was the most famous female pilot on the planet. Then the Pacific Ocean swallowed her whole. And nobody has agreed on what happened since. July 2, 1937. Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan were attempting to circle the entire globe by air. A journey nobody had completed before. They had already covered 22,000 miles. They were close. So close. Their next stop was Howland Island, a tiny strip of land in the middle of the Pacific. Easy to miss. Nearly impossible to find without perfect navigation. The weather was bad that morning. Clouds thick and low. Visibility almost zero. Their radio communication was patchy and broken. The Coast Guard cutter Itasca was waiting at Howland, broadcasting signals, trying to guide them in. Amelia's last clear transmission came at 8:43 a.m. "We are on the line of position 157-337. We'll repeat this message. We will repeat this on 6,210 kilocycles. Wait." Then silence. Complete silence. The U.S. Navy launched the largest search operation in its history at that point. 4,000 men. 10 ships, 65 aircraft, covering 250,000 square miles of ocean. They found nothing, not a single piece of wreckage, not a life raft, not a fuel slick on the water. Nothing. Here is where it gets complicated. In 1940, a skeleton was found on the remote island of Nicomaroro, 350 miles southeast of Howland. A British officer examined it briefly and dismissed it as male. The bones were then lost, gone forever. Decades later, forensic anthropologists reanalyzed the original measurements on record. Their conclusion: the skeleton was almost certainly female, consistent with Amelia Earhart's height and bone structure, meaning she may have survived the crash, landed on a deserted island, lived for days or weeks as a castaway, and died there alone, waiting for a rescue that never came. Recent expeditions to Nicomaroro found fragments of a jar consistent with 1930s American cosmetics, a zipper pull, remnants of a campfire built by someone who knew what they were doing, someone who had survived something catastrophic. The ocean kept her secret for 88 years. But here is what I cannot stop thinking about. If she survived the crash and made it to that island, did anyone actually know where she was and choose not to look there?